I'm Meredith Gorman, joined by the newest member of the Red Sox broadcast booth for this coming season, Tony Massarotti, aka Tony Maz, to every sports fan in the New England area who already knows your name. Welcome to NESN now.
Well, thank you. Yeah, it's obviously, I did some work at NESN many years ago. It's been a while, but nice to see everybody again.
Now, you grew up outside of Boston. You've spent your career working in all different forms of Boston media. And now you have this new challenge ahead of you, joining the NESN Red Sox broadcast team. So it's sort of like the next evolution of your career. What are you most excited about?
Well, to be involved in the games is in a lot of ways, not a lot of ways. It's an honor. I mean, it's a privilege. It's a place where people invite you into their living rooms and watch the game with you on a nightly basis. So it's not anything I've ever done before. As you said, it's sort of the next step. I'd be lying if I told you I wasn't surprised when the idea first surfaced. But I was excited about it. I'm excited about it still. So I'm sure I'll make some mistakes along the way. I always do. So it's about the one thing you can count on is that I'll screw something up somewhere along the way. But hopefully we can, we'll figure it out as we go. But, baseball's been in my blood, as you said, Meredith. I grew up here. I've spent, I was a Boston sports fan long before I became a Boston sports media member. And so, to be involved in this part of it to me is exciting. And, and hopefully it works out for everybody.
Yeah, definitely a new challenge for you. And like I said before, if you know sports in Boston, everybody knows your name. So what do you think overall the biggest challenge will be for you transitioning into the booth?
Well, so look, it's a different medium. And I went through some of this when I switched over from writing to radio full-time. Doing radio full-time versus doing it as a contributor is a very, very different thing. And so, there are a lot of differences compared to, in radio, you're obviously just having a conversation and people only have access to their ears. That's it. When you're doing a game broadcast, the focus is on the game for the most part. And you're just trying to fill in gaps and add to it. So there are pictures there that factor in too. And look, I want to try to be myself. I want to try to emphasize the things that are important to me. And that I think are important to fans and viewers, but at the same time, you have to understand, as I said, it's a different medium. So, I'm going to try to figure it out as we go. I did an audition with Dave O'Brien a while back, and it seemed to work pretty well. So, but inevitably there will be times along the way there where things will pop up that we did not get to cover. And so, there's a lot of learning that's going to take place on my side too.
Absolutely. And now I know it's early on, but baseball season is officially happening now. You talk about this stuff for a living every single day, so we're expecting a good answer from you here. But looking at this year's Red Sox team, who are the players that you're most looking forward to watching?
Well, so I'm always interested in the pitching staff. And I think that if everybody stays healthy, I think we know that the lineup's pretty good. The core of the lineup is good. Bogarts, JD Martinez, Rafael Devers. I think that the middle of that lineup to me is the key to the team's success offensively. You can fill in around guys like that when you have them on a regular basis. Replacing guys like that is very, very difficult. So, but I always look at some of the guys that popped up along the way last year that I think are now capable of bigger things. And in particular, I will give you Tanner Houck and Garrett Whitlock. And so I think there's the potential there for both of those guys to have a bigger impact than they did a year ago. And Chris Sale's another one for the same reason. Coming off the injury, he wasn't at 100%. So I do think there is the opportunity there for that pitching staff to be a little bit better than we thought it was going to be. I always tend to look at the game through the eyes of the pitcher anyway. I think that's where the whole thing starts. So I do sort of focus on pitchers probably more than I do on hitters. And I think that they're going to be pretty good again. There've been a couple of changes, obviously, and I'd like to see some depth in the bullpen and some things like that. But, on paper, this should be a team that absolutely contends for and hopefully makes a playoff spot. The division is going to be challenging as it was a year ago. But, Alex Cora, I think, has a good feel for the club. And so they're going to have to, really the stability of the pitching to me is the biggest thing.
Absolutely. Well, Red Sox opening day is less than a month away, and we're all looking forward to seeing you in the booth for those games. Thanks so much, Tony, and welcome to NESN.
Well, thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I look forward to it.
PNC Bank, helping to make banking easier.